Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm a professional astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com, and the live link is right below this video in the information box. So you can click on that and connect with me directly, or you can place comments here if you like to. Today we're going to talk about December for those of you who are Libra or who have Libra rising. So I want to start off, it's a lot of fun things going on this month, which sandwich a serious thing in the middle. So we're going to get to all of that. So December is going to be much easier to work with than especially November, because the eclipses really did make a lot of people feel there was too much intense energy for a lot of people. So what we got going on December 4th is a lot of fun. We have, Mars in Aquarius, moving into Aquarius, which is a whole new energy for it. So once it moves into Aquarius, the energy of the logical thinker comes into play. But what I really like to focus on, so keep that in mind. I mean, that's okay energy for everybody to know. It's going to be in that sign for 7 weeks, and so it will take a little while for us to start feeling those effects, but that is what that energy is about. So it's out of Capricorn into Aquarius. But we also, on December 4th, what I really want to focus in on is this fantastic energy of fire that is all over the place. It's not quite a grand trine. It's a little wide for a grand trine, but we have Venus and Sagittarius trining Jupiter. We have the Sun in Sagittarius trining Uranus. And with all of those, that is fabulous energy. That is, Venus represents those things that we love. In Sagittarius, it's like, let's be gaudy. Let's buy 10. Not just one, let's buy 10 of something. And when it's connecting to Jupiter, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. There's a little lesson for you, and that is all about expanding. And Jupiter in Leo, Leo is very expressive in their color choices and the way they dress and the way they behave. So Venus trine Jupiter, and Jupiter is retrograde, is like, I'm going to spend money on the funnest, most extravagant things I could possibly spend money on. That's what we're going to do. The Sun and Uranus there just makes things feel a little more quirky, gives us the energy to move around, to go from one store to another, to find those fun things that are important for us at this point in the month. Now, it's also energy around decorating and creating and having fun and lighting the world, because it's a lot of fire energy. So let's light the world in the northern hemisphere, since it is getting darker still until Yule, until actually the winter solstice coming up. But it's very dark, so we put lights all around our houses. Everybody does this, and not everybody, but anyways, we're bringing in light, we're bringing in fire, pretend fire, we're bringing in light. And that's what we do too. So decorating right around the 4th of December, what a fun way to use this energy. Great, great, great for holidays, parties, shopping, decorating, anything that is fun for you, the family, and friends. Engage in that. You will be happy that you did. The next day, on the 5th, Mercury makes an exact trine to Uranus. So Mercury and the Sun are neck and neck right now. They will be the whole month, which just means that they're together. So when Mercury makes the connection to Uranus, this also gives us, Mercury is communication, it's also transportation in our local areas, but it is in the sign of Sag, so it could be that you're planning a trip somewhere to a foreign country, whatever that means to you. People watch this all over the world, so whatever that means to you. So Mercury trine Uranus is a lot of fun in communicating and just getting out there and socializing and just having a blast. Breaking free of the normal boring routine that some of us might have. Now, again, here we are the next day on December 6th is the full moon in Gemini. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, and that means the Sun is in Sagittarius, Mercury, and the full moon is in Gemini. That happens for you, Libra. Here's the first specific thing for Libra, is in your 9th house. That is a pretty good place for it, because, really, what that is showing you is it's wanting you to get out there and express yourself through some type of higher education. Learn something new, do something new, something that will expand your awareness. Now with Gemini in that sector, it's always in that sector for you, because you're born with Libra rising, then that is where your Gemini energy sits. So with the full moon in that area, what it really shows me and tells me is that, you know, there is something in regards to communication and education, whether you're on a break from school at this point in time or you're picking new courses. This is something that will come to your attention. The full moon is a culmination of energy. It's the culmination of the things that we've been working on. And what happens is we can get overwhelmed with this, but it's also about releasing and letting go when there is too much going on. So if you're getting close to your holiday and your vacation, your school break, then this would certainly explain that there's just so much to do until you can have that school break, all right, and that holiday for yourself. And that's about how that transit will work out for you. And if you have spare time, you might even pick up a class or two. And this is just like, you know, a 2-hour course here or there at any, you know, metaphysical store of some sort. It's something that will expand your awareness. It's not illogical, practical stuff. It is, but to me, metaphysical is logical and practical because it's my whole life. So anyways, use it in your way. Next, I'm looking at my notes here. Sorry, I have to look down at them. There's a lot of them on here. We have a lot going on in December. December 8th. All right, we're after the full moon. All right, so things have come to a culmination. Emotional things have happened. Things have come to a point where we've had to communicate how we feel about stuff. Within 2 days of the full moon, the Sun and Mercury are conjunct. That happens in your third house of communication. So there's definitely some communication stuff going on for you, Libra, for this month. You've got to get things out. And do it in a very Libra way, which is a very balanced way, but don't hold back. Libras don't want to say things that might hurt people's feelings. That's the way it is on occasion with Libra. Next we have, on December 10th, we have Venus moves into Capricorn. So this is going to slow down that crazy-ass spending that some of us have been doing. Dude, I just swore. Oh, well. Sorry. I tend to swear a lot, but not on the videos. Venus in Capricorn will slow things down as far as our spending goes because it is logical and practical. So what we're going to do, and there's going to be shifting gears, and so we're going to start looking at where we can get things and spend our money on things that are more practical, whether it's an investment or, you know, socks and underwear for somebody. This is what we'll do with that Venus in Capricorn for the remainder of the month. Now again, this is in your solar 4th house. So for you Libra with Libra rising or Libra rising, you guys, it's in your 4th house of home and family. So you're going to need to get a little more practical at home. Just, you know, just get control a little bit more of what's going on around your house. That's simple, easy to do. Venus is not a hard planet at all. She's very easy. She's about what we value. And you know what you might value is spending time with your children or your family, cooking yummy goodies to share with those around you. It's a wonderful way to do it. It's inexpensive and it's practical. The cat just came in. It startled me. And she's wondering who I'm talking to. I've been talking for a couple hours now. And she's like, what are you doing? She's right here. Right, little girl? Thank you. And so, it's my roommate's cat. I don't have any cats. And she's a good one. So what I want to look at next here is the 12th. So on December 12th, we have Mercury in Sag makes a trine to Jupiter. And on December 14th, the Sun makes a trine to Jupiter. Because again, Mercury and the Sun are kind of neck and neck through the whole month of December. And when they connect with Jupiter, again, this is more fun. This is socializing, having parties, seeing people you don't see, or seeing people outside of work, or seeing people in a different environment. What are you doing? All right. Seeing people in a different environment and exchanging gifts. It's just a lot of fun. It says party, party, party is what this says. So get out and have a lot of fun. And even if you don't have a company party to go to, just get out and socialize. This is a good time of year to do that. People are usually in a really good mood, and it's a really awesome time for you to do that. All right, so I want you to do that. Sorry, she's still, I don't know what she's doing over here. Then I want to look at this. We have on December 12th, this is the tough one that's sandwiched by a whole bunch of good stuff. Uranus and Pluto are in an exact square. Now we've been feeling this on and off since 2012. And truth be told, back in 2008, when Pluto entered the sign of Capricorn. This is when it truly began. But we weren't noticing it, and we didn't pay attention until Uranus kicked in. And it kicked in an exact square. The first exact square was in June 2012. So on December 15th, we have the 6th of 7 squares that these two planets will make. And I'm telling you, if there is anything about changing the vibration and the energy of this planet, it is these two planets. They are changing the dynamic and the energy of Earth. They are raising our vibration by creating chaos and creating problems and creating things to break down. We know everything with Pluto started in 2008, the housing problems here in the United States, and that just the wave of it just kind of went across the whole world when all of these things started happening. Again in 2012 and currently and all the way into next year of 2015, we are looking at this energy still being present, but we're accustomed to this vibration now. And even though we have some intense weeks and months here and there, this has been going on for 6 years, since 2008, and the intensity of it since 2012. So, that's a couple of years of some seriously intense energy. And we're coming to the end of it. And so how we do this and work this in our own personal life, of course, is a personal choice. And it depends on the angle of where these are. So it creates challenges and obstacles so we're able to move through. So whatever in your life that is falling apart, and I said this last month in the Scorpio eclipse report, but this is very true because Pluto is involved. And I want to say it again, whatever is falling apart or whatever has left your life over the last couple of years is meant to be gone. I've gone through some major shifts myself, and I'm not happy about some things. But, we just have to come to an acceptance of what has left, because then we get to engage the Uranus energy and take that step into independence and take that step into something new and fresh that we've never done before. And create the new you in a higher vibration. And when you do this for yourself, and you accept the changes that are happening, and you release the things that need to be released, and you do your own work, whatever that means to you, whether it's just going out and volunteering and helping somebody and feeling good because you help somebody, or if it's that and you meditate a lot, or you do whatever kind of healings you like to do. The shamanic healing is always amazing stuff, in my opinion. Whatever you do, this is raising your vibration, which will raise those people who live with you, or the neighbors, your friends, and it's a ripple effect. So please, I ask, and I would ask you to continue to do your work. And as tired as you may feel, just take your breaks, be good to yourself, take care of yourself, but also allow these changes to happen. Thank you, and you will be glad that you did. I want to go on to the next day. There's so much we could talk about Uranus, Pluto. It's out there. You could talk about it for hours. I'll leave you with that, though. On December 16th, Mercury will move into the sign of Capricorn. Again, this is in your 4th house. The 4th house is your main focus this month for you, Libra. So with it in the 4th house, again, is all about stabilizing what's going on at home and really reorganizing things. If there's some chaos there, you're going to be able to reorganize it. All right, and we'll get into a little more of that in a minute, later in the month as well. So December 20th, the next aspect we have is Venus in Capricorn, again from your 4th house. It makes a square to Uranus in Aries, and so there's a little bit of a challenge to actually do what you need to do by organizing and stabilizing things at home. There's a little bit of a challenge there. It's not a big challenge, it's just a little bit of a challenge on that day. Now, the tougher challenge on that day is that Venus actually makes a conjunction to Pluto in your 4th house. So that is a serious conversation. And I say conversation just because the only way to express what's going on with Venus conjunct Pluto is that we need to, something is going through a transition in what we value at home. And the only way to really know about that at home is that we have conversations with our family members. So there's a major transition going on in regards to the dynamic of your home and your family. It might not be the actual home that you live in, but it's the family itself. All right, and then on December 21st is when it's the winter solstice, Yule, as well. And we actually have a new moon. The new moon is at 0 degrees of Capricorn. And that new moon is at 8:36 p.m. again in your 4th house, Libra. With it in your 4th house, that means you can set up some new rules. Up until the new moon, things have been about releasing and releasing and releasing. But on December 21st at 8:36 p.m. Eastern Time, that is when the moon is new, and that is when we can really implement some of these new structures and rules, so to speak, in your family. And in regards to any of those, your home, family, anything that needs a little more organizing. Okay? And then on December 25th, Mercury makes a conjunction to Pluto. Again, this is in your 4th house, and this is where the communication stuff comes into. So there is so much transition going on in that 4th house. And again, let me reiterate what the 4th house is. It's home, it's your family. I actually haven't mentioned this as well. It's your karma, the family karma that you have. So what are you going through? There's a family situation here, all right, that is related to your past and family members. So if there's something that needs to come up, what I've been telling all the other zodiac signs, and the case is true for you as well, it's Christmas Day, but if there, and that really is irrelevant in this situation, but if there's something that needs to come up because family's coming together, and if you can bring something up that does need to shift and change, then if you can do it from a place of love and compassion, knowing that bringing it up will usher in a solution, then it's okay to do it. But if you feel that, but if you're coming from a place of fear that the change is not going to be good, or it's just too difficult to speak, then don't do it. Save whatever that serious situation is for another day. Now, it doesn't mean anybody around you is going to know this information. You know it, but it doesn't mean anybody else will. So if somebody brings something up, make sure you approach it in the best way that you can with love and compassion, because that will ease the energy of it. So it is a little bit of a serious situation, but then again, we all have the family dynamic that happens around the holidays. There's a lot of fun energy going on, but there's always, when family gathers only once or twice a year, just because of how families are these days, it could be difficult. So yeah, keep that in mind. Now, other families will feel this as a sorrowful and loss, because throughout the year 2014 they may have lost a family member, and the first holidays after the passing of a family member are usually very difficult because they're not there. We all experience that at some point in our lives, and so if that's the case, then move through that as the best you can and honor them in however you feel comfortable, and that is the way to use that Mercury-Pluto connection in that 4th house as well. And the Venus-Pluto connection too. That's the way to use it. So honor those who are no longer with you. Now, I know that's serious. What a crappy way to end this, but I'm not going to end the video on that. I'm going to end the video on December 31st. It's New Year's Eve. The moon is in Taurus. And with that, I say be responsible, be safe, but eat, drink, and be merry. Have a good time. Food, enjoyment, all those sensations is Taurus, is the moon in Taurus. So thank you very much. And with gratitude, I want to close the year with this. Thank you very much. I can't do it without you. I love what I do. This is my passion. And because of you, I'm able to do my passion and share what I know with the world. And thank you for wanting to listen. It amazes me. So blessed be. Happy Yule, blessed be. And namaste. Namaste.